So my dear students, how you all? I hope you all are fine and feeling much relaxed after your exams. But now let's get ready for the next term, okay? Today in this video lesson, I am going to tell you an interesting story from your English literature book. But before that, as usual, there will be a quiz. Means I will ask few questions and you will have to give me the answers. So let us start. So my first question, that is the simplest one and I'm sure that you all know the answer. Okay, that is, in which country do you live? Yes, it's India. So I'm going to write the answer on the board. Okay. Now, before I ask my next question, I want to check your GK. So, you just tell, who is the Prime Minister of India? Yes, Narendra Modi. Absolutely correct. So, now my question is, look at this. Who was the first Prime Minister of India? It means when India got freedom in 1947, then who became the first Prime Minister? Do you have an idea? Okay, I'll let you know. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. He was the first Prime Minister of India. I hope it is clear to you. So, my next question is, what is the meaning of kind when it is used as an adjective? So my dear students, I have already taught you an adjective is a word that describes a noun. So suppose if I say he is a kind person. So what kind of idea do you have of that person? Okay, so what do you think about that person? Yes, you think he is loving and takes care for others. So, the answer is loving and someone who takes care for others. I hope it is clear to you. So my dear student, now you tell me, have you ever heard a story of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru who saved the lives of little creatures by showing an act of kindness? Haven't you? Okay, so today I'm going to tell you that story. Okay, first we'll read the chapter and I'll explain the story side by side. So let's read out the topic of the day, that is, yes, lesson 6, Nehru's Little Friends. So let us start reading. So my dear student, let's start reading chapter number 6, Nehru's Little Friends. Here I start. Jawaharlal Nehru was a freedom fighter and was chosen as the first Prime Minister of India. He was sent to jail many times during the freedom struggle. In jail, he would spend his time writing and reading. One afternoon, as he sat reading, he felt something tickling his right foot. Then it climbed up his left leg. When this happened for the third time, Nehruji peeped out from behind the newspaper he was reading. And there it was, a skull looking up at him. So my dear students, now I'm going to explain it. Just listen. So as you know that Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. He was a great freedom fighter who went to jail during freedom struggle. There he used to spend his maximum time by reading and writing. One day, while he was reading a newspaper, he felt something tickling his foot. But when he felt the same for the third time, so he stopped reading and checked. Actually, it was a squirrel who was playing without being afraid of Nehruji. So let's read second para. She was standing on her hind legs. So my dear students, do you know the meaning of hind legs? Yes, it means the legs at the back. Okay, and looking at him curiously. So the meaning of curiously means looking at something or somebody with interest. After a few seconds, she scampered away, and its meaning is, yes, ran away. The squirrel returned the next day. Then she came every day. She would sit in Nehruji's lap unafraid. He enjoyed watching the squirrels run about with bits of food in their mouths. Sometimes a baby squirrel would fall off a tree. The mother would simply roll it into a ball and carry it back up. One day, Nehruji heard loud voices. He saw another prisoners surrounding the tree. They are so small, someone said. Are they alive? Asked another. 3 baby squirrels had fallen off a tree. So now I am going to explain the second para. Just listen to it. So now what happened? Next, it became the habit of the squirrel to come and sit in Nehruji's lap unafraid. You know why? Because he did not put it away. Rather, he enjoyed watching the squirrels run about with bits of food in their mouths. But one day, he heard loud voices of other prisoners surrounding the same tree where the squirrels lived. They told him that the 3 baby squirrels had fallen off the tree. Hearing this, Nehruji felt very bad. So my dear students, now it's your turn. Now I'm going to ask you a few questions to check what have you understood. Okay, my first question is, who was Jawaharlal Nehru? So, have you found out the answer? Yes, it is here in the first line. Jawaharlal Nehru was a freedom fighter and he was also the first Prime Minister of India. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, now I'm going to ask second question. Hurry up, give me the answer. How did Nehruji spend his time in jail? First of all, my dear student, I'd love to tell you that he was fond of reading or writing. So, answer is here. In jail, Nehruji spent his time by reading or writing. Is it clear to you? Okay, now next question. What happened one afternoon when he was reading? So my dear student, do you remember? One afternoon, as he sat reading, he felt something, yes, tickling his right foot. Okay, now next question. What did Nehru hear one day? So do you remember what did he hear one day? So the answer is here. One day Nehruji heard loud voices. Okay. Now my last question is, how many baby squirrels fell off the tree? So do you remember how many baby squirrels had fallen off a tree? Yes. So answer is here. 3 baby squirrels fell off a tree. I hope all the answers are clear to you. So now I'm going to discuss with you some grammatical terms. So my dear students, first of all, look at this. So in this sentence, we have comma here. So when we have comma, what do? While reading, we have to take a pause like this. In jail, he would spend his time writing and reading. Is it clear? Now, we have sign of this. Look at this exclamation sign. So when we have exclamation sign, we have to read the sentence with surprise. Okay, like this. Then it climbed up his left leg. Okay? So look at this sentence. Question mark is given at the end. So it means we have to read this sentence like in a question form, like, are they alive? Okay. So now look at this one. Okay. Can you guess what is this? This is actually a short form of they are. So how to pronounce it? It's they are. Okay. I hope it is clear to you. Now, okay. So I hope everything is clear to you. So my dear student, let's see what happened next. The mother will come to fetch them. Nehruji said to the others, we should stay away from the baby skulls for a while. However, by nightfall, no skull had come to pick up its children. The men were getting worried. Nehruji gently picked up the babies and put them in a dish. We will have to feed them or they will die. But they are too young to chew on leaves or other food. So my dear student, now I am going to explain what happened in this paragraph. So my dear students, now Nehruji felt bad on hearing the news that the 3 little baby skulls had fallen off. But he was sure that the mother would come to fetch them. So he decided to stay away from them. But you know what happened? By the nightfall, no skull had come up its children. So all got worried, including Nehruji. Now Nehruji put the babies in a dish and decided to feed them to keep them alive. But there was one problem. The baby skulls were not able to chew the leaves and other food. Do you know why? Yes, because they were too young. Now they have to find out the solution to keep them alive by feeding them. But the question was again how to feed them. Now let us read the last para to find out how did they manage to keep the little creatures alive. Okay, here I start. Some milk then, Ahmad, another prisoner asked. They cannot lap it up from a ball, Nehruji said. How about a bottle? Just then Nehruji saw an ink dropper on a table. So my dear students, do you know the meaning of ink dropper? Yes, its meaning is a small plastic tube used for filling ink in ink pens. That can be our bottle. They cleaned the ink dropper and filled it with milk. They tried to squeeze drops of milk into the mouths of the baby skulls. However, the baby skulls could not open their mouths to drink the milk. Then Ram Prasad, another prisoner, had an idea. He placed some cotton at the end of the dropper. The cotton ball soaked up the milk. Nehruji gave the soaked ball of cotton to the baby skulls. The babies sucked up all the milk. Nehruji sat by the baby skulls for many hours to make sure they were fine. He knew that his girlfriend would be glad that her babies had been saved. Students, now I'm again going to ask questions. So get ready. First is, what did Nehruji decide at first? Yes, Nehruji decided to stay away from the baby skulls. You know why? Because he thought that the mother would come to pick up its children. Okay, so my next question is, when mother did not come to pick up its children, what did Nehruji do? Do you remember? Yes, as he was very kind. So Nehruji gently picked up the babies and put them in a dish. Okay, now next question. Who gave an idea to place cotton at the end of dropper? I hope you all know the answer. Yes. So Ram Prasad, here is the answer, gave an idea to place cotton at the end of dropper. So my dear student, now I'm going to discuss with you some grammatical terms. So I'll tell you the main tips of reading, okay? So I always tell you when we have question mark, we have to read this sentence like asking questions. So we have to read this line like this. Some milk then? Okay? Now, when we have again we have question mark here at the end of this sentence, so we'll read out this like, how about a bottle? Okay, now we have sign of exclamation at the end of this sentence, so this sentence can be read like this, that can be our bottle. Okay, so my dear student, be careful while you read the content. So I hope the chapter and the story is very much clear to you. So what is your turn? Now you have to read the chapter thoroughly. Okay, learn word meanings given in the book and also make sentences of the words given in the box. Do back exercise in the book. And one more thing, do dictation words and dictation sentences in your notebook. I hope it is clear to you. Okay, we'll meet you in the next video with another topic. Till then, bye.